What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pitts from Pitts and Foot Sports Talk Radio, Pitts Sports Zone, Bowie TV, coming to you live from Bowie State University. Here with the women's basketball assistant coaches. How you doing today, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
If you can you introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners?
Brian Johnson, assistant women's basketball coach here at Bowie State.
And Mr. Coach Johnson, how long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching for an eternity, over 25 years, mainly at the Division I and WNBA level. The last 9 years here at Bowie.
How exciting! What is it about coaching that you love?
I enjoy the teaching aspect,
Yeah.
especially working with the young ladies. They're very receptive. They're a joy to be around. So it's kind of a calling.
Talk about the journey of this year. You know, you guys and the ladies getting ready to gear up for CIAA. Only another game or two left for regular season. What is the mindset? How does the coaching ramp up, or does it shift because of the CIAA tournament?
I think we always approach in phases
Okay.
of what, so we have our preseason, we have our non-conference, we have our conference schedule, we have our divisional conference schedule, then we have the CIAA. So it's always a build-up, constantly improving, constantly trying to tweak things. We've had an up and down season, so we're just always adjusting. And that's kind of the fun part of coaching,
Talk about this season. If you can, for this season, give a memorable moment.
I don't know if there's any one memorable moment. It's kind of a joy to come in with the young ladies every day. So I think we make moments almost on a daily basis. We have fun with one another. So the winning is always good, but it's just a journey. So I think it's just a complete, total journey.
When we talk about the milestone of Monty hitting 1,000 points this year, being a part of that process, do you, as coaches, take you help, nurture, guide, and coach the players? Do you take any solace in those awards?
The way I've always approached it, where she's one of probably 20 some players I've had that hit 1,000. I don't really look back at it until they're gone. So we look at what worked, what part of that journey. Obviously, it's fun.
Yeah.
I love my kids or even coaches to get individual accolades because it's a testament to the work that they put in. So we enjoy that. But I typically don't look at it until after they're gone.
When it's time for CIAA tournament, is there a change in thought process for coaching in regards to how you approach and attack the game?
Not really. We pretty much have our set of adjustments that we like to go to. We have a few wrinkles that we might add in, but it's just pretty much adjusting to whatever the atmosphere. We have to adjust to the arena, we have to adjust to the officiating, we have to adjust to playing a team that we might have played to at least one time, but usually 2 times, it being our third time playing them.
Yeah.
So you get a familiarity with the teams, and you just try and remember what worked, but understanding they're going to be prepared for it. So what can you do next?
My words, not coaches, but my words. Last year's CIAA tournament, my words again, officiating was not the best, right? And you teach your players to not try to focus or worry about the officiating. Hopefully, officiating will be better this year. But with that being said, do you or the players have any motivation from how you feel things may have transpired last year to carry over, feeling like you didn't get your fill?
I think our motivation comes from we've lost. We got a higher seed. We've lost 2 years in a row, and that's not something that we were accustomed to, especially over the previous 4 years to that. In regards to how the game flow goes, I got my first technical in 27 years of coaching.
Oh, wow.
So that should tell you something.
Yeah.
That's something that's never happened. It probably won't happen for another 27 years.
Yeah.
So you have to adjust, and that's the name of the game. You have to adjust. So we've had a good amount of time this season talking about it, trying to prepare our students for those adjustments that you have to make, maintaining your composure, playing through certain things. And it's a tough, tall challenge, but you're gonna, when you get to this time, you're gonna have to face some adversity.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come from whether you're having shooting woes, whether you're having defensive lapses, whether you're fighting against the officials, whatever it is, you're gonna have some type of adversity. How do you handle it?
Yeah, I agree, and That's key, especially with keeping composure and expecting the players to keep that same type of composure on the court and not play into it.
It's a long process, so we've been focusing on it since last year.
For any young lady looking who's going to be why Bowie State to pitch it to Coach why Bowie State.
It's a wonderful school. It's a HBCU, which gives it a whole nother layer of comfort and challenge. Um, it's just in terms of our program, I think we offer a great family atmosphere. We're going to work. We're going to try and win. We're going to put a good product out. And you're going to learn on and off the court.
Yeah.
And that's and the Bowie State community is great.
Coach Johnson, we appreciate you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck in the ncaa tournament this week. Check us out. More coaches coming, more players coming. Don't miss out. Bowie State University women's basketball team. Getting ready for that ncaa tournament. It's your boy Pitts on Pitts and Plus Sports Talk Radio. We're back here with another coach. Coaches, you can introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners.
Coach Lisa Jing.
Coach Lisa Jing. She said it, so Lisa Jing. So, Coach, how long have you been coaching?
As soon as I was done playing here at 22, so that was back in 2018, so 2014, 6 years now.
Dang. Wow. What excites you? What keeps you doing it? What keeps you coming back for it?
I love the sport. I love it. Basketball, everything about basketball, I love it. I love seeing the players' success. I love seeing their development. That's what keeps me going.
If you can get one memorable moment this year, what your young ladies will be.
I think after the Cal PA game, just seeing how they played during that game, they were just determined. They didn't care about Cal PA being one of the top teams in the country or in the region. They just came out and played. I think that was a really great moment. And it was so early on in the season. It was just a great moment to see.
What is something that you learned from your team later on in the season that you did not know early
on? Patience. It's going to take a lot of patience with them. Just breaking things down. They need a lot of patience. I got to give them patience just to develop, learn, and understand what we're talking about.
And when you talk patience, and when we talk in-game patience, how hard is it, or is it hard when trying to maintain that patience when things may not be going your way?
Yes, it is hard to maintain. Like, especially in game, we could be on a run, and we're down. They're trying to get the home run. We're trying to let them know we don't have to rush. We can take one possession at a time. Just trying to get them to understand, we take our time, we run whatever we want to run. We can get what we want. We just have to be patient.
And I think it's like a game or two left, right? You're ready for the ncaa tournament. How important is it to erase the memory from, regardless of what happened in that last game of the season, to start a fresh mindset going into the tournament?
It's really important. With basketball, it's not like football. You play once a week.
Right.
With basketball, it's every other day or every other 2 days. Can't dwell on the past. We got to move on. So we let them know, it's one day at a time. Whatever happened in the past, happened in the past. So it's really important to let them know, look, all right, it already happened. Let's move forward. Let's see if we can progress and try to get this game.
What is the one thing that you feel that for the tournament you want to focus on more than you may have focused on during the season?
Again, the patience, especially during the tournament, because it's one and done.
Right.
There is no tomorrow. So we don't have to rush. We don't have to make the home run. We take our time and, just play together as a team, most important as well. And just bring the energy. Sometimes I think big stage, we kind of get nervous, it seems like, but just keeping the same energy we've had throughout some of the games this season and just patience. Yeah.
And so for that young lady, that student athlete who's looking for a higher education, who's looking for a university institution, why Bowie State basketball?
I think we just have a lot to offer, and it's home. It's like it's family here. You come here, you're gonna feel like you're family. That's the most important thing. You're not gonna feel like you're outed. Here it's a comfort here, and that's what I would say. It's close knit. Everybody knows everybody. There's somebody always here to help. That's what I would say.
Before I let you go, one more question. Last year, the ncaa tournament didn't end as we all thought it was. And again, like I said, for Coach Johnson's interview, in my opinion, not Coach Jing's opinion, the officiating was not the best. What is the mindset going into the CIAA this tournament?
I mean, that's the biggest thing we try to tell them. Like, you can't worry about the refs; they're gonna make their calls. You gotta keep a level head. That's the most important thing. And just play our game. If we play our game and not worry about the refs or whatever else is going on with the other team barking back and forth, and just play Bowie State basketball, we can be successful.
Again, Coach Jing, Bowie State University women's basketball coach. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking time this week. Right. Listen, to no fault of my own, we already know the struggle, but we definitely appreciate the love.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you showing us love. It's much appreciated.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pitts from Pitts and Flip Sports Talk Radio, man. Bowie TV here with Coach Darrell Brooks. DBZ. How you doing today, Coach?
Not bad, man. Just always seem to be getting ready for a game, so get ready to play tomorrow night. Doing well.
So before we get to tomorrow night's game, from how when we last spoke, in regards to the things that you wanted to see from your team, some being, just when it was second chance rebounds, the effort. So how have you been seeing the growth and the process and growth from your guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've really grown in the last 2.5 weeks. Guys are really locked in. They're focused. I think we're playing really, really hard, and it translates to how we defend and what we're doing on the glass.
Because I think one thing we can say for sure about your Bulldogs is that regardless of whether win loss, there was never a game that they was literally outplayed. It was just a maneuver or maybe some technique, right? Whether it was the hustle or just getting more rebounds. Mm-hmm. But it never was that they were just outplayed out the gym.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of, we call them stinkers, but I think for the most part, guys give maximum effort.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes it comes down to little things, like you said, free throw shooting.
Yeah.
We've struggled also this year just from a field goal percentage standpoint. So there are some games where we just don't shoot the ball well. But I think at this time of the year, we're really starting to come together at the right time.
And when you talk about free throw shooting, that was something that I've seen in a couple of games. It was a matter of free throws. Whereas if we make our free throws, then the game, the outcome of the game could have been different. But could have. So
yeah.
How much focus do you put into that when you see that in game during practice?
We've done a lot of different things this year, free throw wise in practice. The thing that we're doing lately is they have to shoot 80% from the line during practice. No matter how many times we go to practice free throws within a practice, they have to shoot 80% for however many shots they're shooting. If not, then there's push-ups. And I think that's kind of helped us focus a little bit more. We've been shooting the ball way better from the free throw line. We went against Union. We went 18 for 18. So our goal though each game is 80%.
And when you notice that those trends happen, is there something that you can do just in game, or is just more just encouragement when it comes to the free throws? How do you coach that in game?
You know what? I think it's really, there's not much that you could do to coach it. You can make sure that they practice it. You can make sure you can, put some game pressure on them during practice. But at the end of the day, it's the person that's shooting the free throw.
Right.
It's the basket and it's the ball. You got to find a way to put it in.
Tomorrow's last game before the CIAA tournament?
No, we got Lincoln on Saturday. So we're at Virginia State tomorrow, at Lincoln on Saturday.
Does that play into an advantage to play so consecutively leading up to the tournament?
I don't know if it's an advantage or not, but I like it because, we're kind of playing with a different group of guys because of injuries and illness. So it gives them a couple more games just to kind of get used to each other and get familiar. So we're playing them one game at a time. Just going to try to win tomorrow and then worry about Lincoln after tomorrow.
When you talk about illness and injuries, and when you're talking about the rotating of your lineup, are you able to pre-plan going into the CIAA when it comes to those things? Does it limit you? Does it create a problem of, I guess, of availability?
Yeah, it definitely does. We're at a point now where in practice, we're not doing anything live. So we're not doing any 5-on-5 stuff where we're bumping and grinding because we really can't afford to lose another body. So we do a lot of stuff, 5-on-0. Review our offense 5-on-0. What we try to do is get conditioning in. Just everything we do is up tempo. So we're moving. Practice is fast. We do a lot of shooting, a lot of free throw shooting. Like today, we'll walk through Virginia State stuff as opposed to guarding it 5-on-5 live. We just can't risk losing another body.
When you are in this situation that you're currently in, and not being able to really go out of practice as hard as you may want to, how does that? Is that a benefit for the players because it's kind of allowing their bodies to kind of cool down, rest? But then at the end of the day, you say that you really can't afford to lose another body. So how much of that is a gift and how much of that is a curse?
For the last 3 games, it's been a gift because we won last 3 games. So, but I've always been a proponent of having to go 5-on-5, even if you go shorter practices. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and everybody's just gotta step up and be ready to play. I think one of the things that we've done a lot of is really review our offense. So I think we're getting a little better at running our offense, which we're going to need to be able to do over these next, hopefully, 4 or 5 games.
Before we go into the CIAA, let's go back to that last game against Bluefield. Last minute shot. The shot goes up. What's your thoughts?
Thank you, Lord.
How exhilarating was that?
It really was, and it was a funny game. We really had control of the game for most of the game until the last maybe 5 or 6 minutes. They make a great run. We miss some free throws. We have a couple of untimed turnovers, and the game was basically in their hands. They missed a couple of free throws. We get it in, and I had a timeout to call. I had a timeout to call, and I just, when I was watching the play develop, I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna call it that. Then I decided to let it go, and fortunately, I thought Ant made a great play because Caleb threw it to him kind of in the post, and he saw a double. Caleb's guy started the double. He threw it right back out to Caleb, and when Caleb gets 10 toes down, he shoots the ball pretty good. So happy as I don't know what.
You can tell the excitement on the court and from the players, and just overall it shows the mental toughness as well for the players to know that you're shorthanded and to still go out every week and play as if you're fully armored.
Yeah, like I said, I like the group. I like, and this has been a growth process, for this group all year. And I'm really happy with where they are mentally right now. I think they're in a good place. We know we're shorthanded. So guys know, hey, I'm going to play. I got to be ready to play. So, we'll see some guys in tomorrow's game that we haven't seen in a while.
Talk about the CIAA. It's coming up next week. I know you never look ahead because, as you said, you have 2 games. So I don't want to look at it as a look ahead. But what are your does this coaching process or your technique change when tournament starts?
It changes a little bit in that the games you're going to basically be playing back to back to back to back. So you have a little less time to prepare, and you don't know who's going to win the game before. So for us, each assistant takes a team and prepares a scout.
Okay.
And then we win, and then whoever wins, we prepare for that team. So, but for me, it's just trying to keep our guys in the moment. Not getting too high, not getting too low. You just got to be ready to play that game. And I kind of like that. So, because you can kind of block everything else out, and that's what we try to do. And it's just whoever we're playing that day or that evening in the tournament.
Does it present a challenge, some more than others, I guess, because you talk on an individual basis when you're trying to keep the team together collectively and not look ahead versus, the excitement. Maybe it's an opponent, you get an opponent that you played and you actually beat. You don't look ahead and say, well, we beat these guys, we look past them, but it's more of preparation. Okay, we know what we did last time. Let's make sure we try to we duplicate that outcome.
Well, I tell you what we kind of do is throw everything else out. It didn't matter what we did in the last game. We just have to be prepared to play that game. And again, it's on a neutral court. There were so many different factors that come into play. So we just try to have these guys mentally and physically ready to play that particular game, whoever it is that we're playing.
Well, Coach, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. I look forward, hopefully, on that Saturday. We'll be there. Chan.
Hey, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Oh, man, I guess. Your boy Pitts from Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio on Bowie TV. Coming to you live again from Bowie State University with Coach Darrell Brooks. Bowie State University Bulldogs. 2 more home games left, and it's tourney time. You know what it is. Get your tickets. Don't miss out. Holla at your boys.
Peace.
What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Pitts from Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio. Pitts Sports Talk coming to you live. Following up the other interviews of the players for the men's basketball team. How you doing today, man? If you can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
My name is Jing. I'm the center for Bowie State. And
If you can give me one memorable moment of your experience this season.
the memorable moment, I would say the best moment was Saturday game. The game winning shots was I was on the bench and I was having attention. The ball went in. I was like, yes. Because we lost the game last time to them. Unfortunately, it's the last shot they missed it. Yeah. So when they made this one again, I reminded it like, yo, remember when you missed the last shot? You made this.
Redemption.
Yeah, redemption.
So when you talk about the season and how it's unfolded right now, you guys due to injuries and illnesses are a short right. How important is it for you to be mentally prepared for the games coming up to finish the season out these last 2 games?
It's really fun because we have a nice weather, so everyone's got people. So I think last game, so I'm trying to get my mind ready.
Ready for the Seattle tournament?
Well, right now we just want to win tomorrow. So.
Yeah. And I know, not looking ahead, right? But how excited will you be to be in because this will be your first Seattle tournament, right?
Yeah.
How excited are you? I know you've heard about the facilities.
Yeah, I read about it and I want to see it. I want to see if it's like the HBC experience of Seattle.
You want to see if it's all with everybody hyped up to be.
Yeah.
When you talk about this season, this, for a player that's your size, you can utilize this year, right? And for the calls, because sometimes, in my words, not typically, it appears that the officiating is not consistent. Right? How important is that? How important is it now in the home with you guys having enough bodies for you not to really get caught up in the emotional side?
We just gotta find this out. Most time coach says foul guy, should foul him so he doesn't score. Foul out, play out, no foul out, play out, play smart.
And with the tournament, with these next 2 games coming up, obviously you want to finish the season on a strong note, heading into Seattle. How important is that?
It's a really fun. This is my first year here, and then last year, a couple of years ago, this has been the best matches for the past